The Nintendo Switch 2 is here, and man, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to dive right into it. Just so you guys know, the price is currently at 449 US dollars, and it's going to be 499 for the bundle pack if you want the Mario Kart with it. We're going to talk about the features and all of the things that it's coming with. You're going to be getting a Vivid LCD screen. You're going to get the same thickness as the original. You're going to get 2 times the resolution, aka 4K, and 120 frames per second with HDR as well. Storage is 256 gigs of storage, and then the controllers are much bigger than the original. And it is so much easier to deal with, like the back buttons and all of those key mechanics with the game. Overall, they're basically giving you a bigger product that's still thin as well. So that is super important and super critical, and it's amazing. I cannot believe it. They also announced a lot of AAA games, which I'm gonna get into in a second. But a lot of the AAA games are coming to this, so you're gonna get some good stuff. 4K, 120 FPS, running smooth, looking good. I'm so excited about that. This is all I really wanted from a Switch, to give me next gen experience, and I think they have it on here as well. Then they also talked about the details. For example, your USB ports, you have one above and below. Your controllers are magnetic, but they're easily detachable, and they have bigger buttons and bigger everything. That way you won't feel uncomfortable, especially the side buttons in the are much bigger. The SL and the SRs are much bigger. That just to let you play, if you're playing like, one of those games where you passing controls around like that. Very useful in my opinion. Again, it comes out on June 5th. Pretty straightforward on the price. I think that's decent. I think that's well in the grass. This new mechanic here, where it lets you use it like a mouse, can probably be good for some shooters maybe. It's a lot easier to shoot when you're using a mouse, so we'll see how that functions and feels. I do like this a lot. Now I'm want to test it and make sure that it works well. They have a lot of games, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but I just want to kind of continue to give you guys a look at some of the cool stuff that I feel is great. The audio, they have a microphone that cancels the noise. And on top of that, the speakers are the highest quality it's been. Overall, top tier stuff. And so I'm loving it. What I want to talk about too is the C button, which allows you to connect to voice chat, but also allows you to do things like screen share, which is a big feature. And while you screen share, you can also do a new feature, which is game share, where other people don't need to own the game you're playing, but they can play with you on a different console if they have a Switch or a Switch 2. So that's another great feature that I think is spectacular and very useful. A lot of good things that have been basically provided by these guys. A lot of quality of life fixes and simple things that are going to change the game for you. They did put out a camera and some other extra controls. I don't want to talk about those too heavily because it's very preference based. They had one of the GameCube controls. They have this camera here that you're seeing, and it could be a good function if that's something that you're looking forward to and you want to, interact. I think that's okay. I'm a streamer, so I have my real camera. But yeah, as you can see, the size is crazy, guys. It's huge, like 8 times bigger. It means you're going to store more digital games. I'm a digital guy nowadays, and so that means a lot to me to be able to have endless amounts of games on there. And so this is the best we've seen it. And I do believe Nintendo is on top of their game, and this is going to be superior than anything else out there as far as handheld goes, because they do have some cool exclusives. And as you can see, 4K resolution, top of the notch, and it's going down. I did want to talk about something else, and I want to showcase something else too. We're going to actually do this live, just give you guys a little quick look. So as you can see here, They have games like Mario Kart. They have the system that I told you about, chatting with people using cameras, which isn't something I'm going to do. Then they got Super Mario Kart. And they have tons, and I mean tons of third-party games that I'm going to showcase in a second and give you guys a quick look. First-party games and third-party games that I think are very, very cool. I'm talking about top-of-the-line stuff. And for me, you know, Elden Ring being one of them right off top. I was predicting this because I heard some rumors, and it's true. That means this game is going to be top tier. I mean, this console is going to be top tier. So very exciting to see the greatest amazing game right here to be coming. There's a long list if you want to kind of go through some of the games and get into what exactly has been announced. There's so many. One of my favorites is the fact that From Software also has a game called Dustbloods, which is a new game that they will be releasing a little later. They're going to give out more information on what it is and what it offers and what it does. And so that is super cool for me. I'm excited to see what else From Software is doing. And that's the biggest one as far as just new games that were announced. Games like Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy, Borderlands 4 is going to be coming to this system when it releases. And then NBA 2K, WWE 2K, Civilization. I mean, the list goes on. Fortnite. You can keep going on and on with the games that they announced and that I think are top tier. And you're going to be able to, you know, experience this yourself and not worry about what I'm saying. One of the very interesting ones directly from them was King Kong. I actually don't play King Kong and I don't bother with it, but I saw the trailer and I said, wow, it actually looks really good. It was pretty berserker, and I absolutely was excited to see how bonanza it's gonna be. So you're able to break the land, dig underground, and smash through stuff. Pretty intense for Donkey Kong. They kind of make him a little bit savage in this. I like the way it feels. Very cool. Of course, it's still a kid's game, right? But it had a little more like he's a little more relentless, which I liked. And so this is one of their big exclusives that they presented. I mean, they presented so many things. I cannot even begin to tell you. I'm super excited about it and cannot wait to see how far this new system will be going. The main question I have, guys, you know, for myself is, will this run at 4K 120 FPS? Of course, I'm sure it's going to be just like the regular consoles where it's 4K 60 FPS or 1080p 120 FPS, right? So those are the questions. But you can see right here, this is spectacular stuff for me. Personally, I don't really play Donkey Kong games like I used to, but this would be exciting, interesting, very different, and classic at the same time, where I definitely feel like they're doing something special with this game. And apologies for showing these videos like this. I really wanted to get this one out to you guys. But yeah, those are some of the games that I absolutely am excited for. Dustblood is the biggest, newest one, and it's From Software. They are coming in heavy, and it looked very beautiful. Think about this. Right now, you're looking at an actual Nintendo Switch release that's coming to Nintendo Switch. And look at those graphics just on the hands, okay? And that is why I'm like, this is going to be spectacular. I want to fast forward it and take you into the environment. It's got that Elden Ring feel, that From Software style to it, and the combat's looking good. I mean, this is going to be an interesting title, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come out on all platforms, but the Switch, the actual Switch, is getting From Software games. So that just tells you how powerful this system is going to be. It's a W for me. I mean, you put it in the chat if it's a W for you. Make sure you leave a like. You know, even though this video is a little more careless, I didn't download all this footage. I'm looking through YouTube just to give you guys a quick rundown of my reaction plus the information. And I'm super excited, guys. So hopefully you are just as excited as me. Make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you in the comments with the W's. All right, enjoy. I'll see y'all on that next one. Peace.